Salut les gamers, ici Ruscac. Aujourd'hui, j'ai décidé d'aller faire une petite partie de Divinity 2 Original Sin. J'ai déjà joué un petit peu à ce jeu-là avec un de mes amis. C'était pas rendu super loin. C'était une partie en coop. Donc là, je me suis reparti un nouveau personnage en single player. Mon personnage est un humain Battle Mage. Je sais pas si on peut le voir quelque part. En tout cas, voilà mes stats, les habilités que j'ai pris. Dans le fond, c'est ceux qu'on donne au début. J'ai laissé ça pas mal basic comme ça le donnait. J'ai pas changé vraiment les
Ah,
stats
you're
que ça donnait.
yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. There. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
T'en faire un, moi, un chien.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers'
Bon,
quarters.
donc faut aller trouver le Magister. On va utiliser ça.
Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been for several days.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy.
Bon, on est sur un bateau en route pour Fort Joy.
A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Bon,
Oh, everything's spick and span.
Good
Not much to
gods.
do, really.
There's been a murder.
Behind the Magister, a
oh,
bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
donc fait qu'il y a eu un meurtre ici.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with
There's been a murder.
On va regarder
The sorcerer was
dans
killed
la
by one of
pièce.
your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them.
Bon, donc on n'est pas un suspect parce qu'on est en train de recevoir notre super laisse au cou.
Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. Aren't you enterprising? I'll let Waters tell you now herself. Go ahead. She with the body.
no known associates.
On va aller parler.
In fact, he seemed
Ugly sight, isn't it?
On va aller
Birds
offrir
like
notre
this
help.
aren't under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir.
Bon, elle était dans la
You're
pièce.
one of
Hein.
the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Not in here, it isn't.
On s'essaye,
You
on
let me
s'essaye.
know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous.
Hmm.
friends already?
Non.
My mum told me not to make friends with lizards and elves and dwarves and stuff. But I think they're okay.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty.
Oh.
Turnips and water are all I was given.
Bon, c'est pas là-dessus que je voulais peser.
The
Fame.
elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle. Finally, he pinches your skin, gently tugging at it.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
What purpose did that serve? Was that a greeting? Was it... Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How... difficult. You have my apologies, human. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once.
Here to register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far? Glad to hear it. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Bon. Donc, celui qui est censé nous enregistrer sur le bateau ici. Oh.
You spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
By all means, do as the officer says. But you had better hurry, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Holy crap. Elle est forte la madame.
What's happened?
Oh, 400 XP. Nice. On a un beau gros jambon sur la table, du pain, de la soupe, du vin. Nice, nice, nice. Je me ferai pas demander. On va aller voir ce qu'il y a dans le coffre. Oh! Ah ah! Des équipements. Est-ce que je peux mettre les deux? Oui. Ça va où? Ok, c'est un shield. Je préfère avoir 2 armes pour l'instant. Est-ce qu'on a autre chose ici? Pas vraiment. Est-ce qu'il y a quoi que ce soit ici d'intéressant? Oh non!
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead.
Bon, il est vivant. C'est tout ce qui compte pour l'instant. Oh, Magister Water est morte. Ah, quelqu'un qui a déjà pillé dessus, ça a de l'air, hein? Bon, on peut pas monter par là. Je suppose que l'échelle où il y a une grosse, un gros drapeau rouge est la place à aller. Oh, une minute là. Donc de cette façon-là, on peut utiliser certains objets, les prendre, les lancer, ce genre d'affaires-là. Là, je sais pas si c'est par là qu'il fallait que j'aille. J'ai...
God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick!
Oh. Ouais. Bon, je suis mouillé.
This thing snaps into splinters. Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull!
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately when you press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. It doesn't budge.
Je suppose que ça vient d'en haut, tous les cris qu'on entend. Oups. Je commence absolument tout ce que je trouve. Oh! Bon, c'est une surface poison, donc on va essayer de ne pas aller là. Holy crap! C'était... Ouah! Ah non, je l'ai pas tué. Critical. Oh! Holy shit.
A lifeboat! That means there's still a chance.
Go on, kid. Climb up there and dig in the road. Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
Said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Ah! J'ai déjà pas gros de vie. Je vais faire mon lâche.
You can go straight down.
Yeah. Ah. L'eau est déjà entrée dans notre bateau. On est coulé. On est mort. Holy crap! Je veux me battre contre ça, moi.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. There, Vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Et on se réveille. Un côté du navire est complètement détruit. Bon, au moins, ça m'a remis ma vie. J'ai pas monté de niveau, malheureusement. On s'est fait 2 scrolls de Fireball. Pas mauvais, pas mauvais. On va aller explorer un petit peu aux alentours avant de aller où on devrait aller. Oups.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they've made it to shore.
Ok, ça, faut que je sois collé sur eux autres. Hop. Boom! Excusez. Oh, ils me connaissent. Shocked. Oh. Combien de vie t'as, mon ami? Huh. Ouch. Ouch. Suffit.
I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
Pas sûr que ça peut me servir, mais...
Drowned.
Oh!
And eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
Un livre. Quelque chose là-bas. Oh, le Red Prince.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright blood red color. Never before have you seen a lizard such as this. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, 2 smouldering embers that sizzle your very...
Pleased to make my acquaintance, are you? I see your short-term memory fails you where mine does not. Why, only a few hours ago, I saw you skulk about that ship like a lost child in search of its mother.
Merci.
But you weren't a lost child, were you? You weren't an innocent at all. Word has reached me, you see, through a very sour grapevine indeed, that you turned your back on your fellow passengers. Left us to fend for ourselves.
À cause que je suis parti sans les autres passagers.
So much easier, isn't it, to look out for oneself alone? Sorry is a word for the weak. Stand by your actions. They were actually entirely justified as far as I'm concerned. Besides, I wasn't fishing for an apology. I was merely making a point. About oneself. Alone. So, if there's nothing further... If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Memories. Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. Of course, it's rather specific. Quite obviously, I'm musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? The very same.
Tant qu'à être un scholar, on va utiliser l'option.
I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the Spouse of the Sun.
Chanceux, il est marié au soleil.
Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have, truly. A kind offer indeed. Even if it comes from the very person that left me and others, you do look able, though. Despite your selfish tendencies. Fine. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out, it goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic and, yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a...
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address. As you're
Yeah, right.
I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind.
Bon, donc on a notre premier allié que j'avais aussi dans ma dernière game, donc je connais un peu les mécaniques du Red Prince. C'était le seul d'ailleurs que j'avais dans ma dernière game. J'avais mon autre personnage qui était un Witch, puis j'avais le Red Prince à mes côtés. Mais j'avais d'autres joueurs avec moi. Ben, un autre joueur avec moi en fait. Donc on va essayer d'aller se chercher d'autres alliés.
I thought the order would get rid of any trace of the old source. This statue must be 1,000 years old. This statue must be 1,000 years old. Wonder how much longer it'll last. This statue must be 1,000 years old. Wonder how much longer it'll last.
The child has a small mirror in his hands.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Why? I guess.
But the people who put me here are human, and the people who took my parents away are human too. Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know what you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see. Guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared.
Bon, donc, lui peut pas venir avec nous. Ok, ça passe pas par là. Par où on peut aller? Oh. C'est quoi que ce soit ici, non? Est-ce que j'ai un lit? Non. Je n'ai pas de lit. Mais j'ai ça ici, par exemple. Pourquoi est-ce que je ne peux pas... Je suis pas sûr de comprendre pourquoi je peux pas enlever mes affaires de ma hotbar. Option. Bon, c'est pas là. Bon, pour l'instant, c'est pas important.
A black cat. Some would see this as an omen.
Quelqu'un d'autre ici. Bon.
Hey, mister. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat. Sure wish you'd gone back to save the others. Though, I did see one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. So I guess...
Bon. Donc tout le monde va me remettre sur le nez que j'ai pas été sauver les autres survivants. Ah, fait que le cat va me suivre. Oups, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? Est-ce qu'on a une map? Oui. Ok. On a été pas mal autour, partout sur la plage. Il n'y avait personne d'autre sur la plage qu'on voyait. Bon, lui a trouvé quelque chose, tant mieux.
Wonder where this leads.
Quelqu'un là.
You
Fame.
walk up to a skeleton unlike any you have ever seen before. His skull seems to be carved into intricate patterns with a gemstone sitting in the middle of his forehead. Approaching, you hear a profane rumble from the undead beast.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to... Oh.
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damn thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor? Ah! No! Stay back! Oh, it's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected. Oh, yes. An exceptionally common, but exceptionally valuable commodity. A face. A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull. I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
because my own was stolen from me. And the idea of being chased across Rivellon by every idiot with a torch does not appeal. Oh, get away! Monster! Hide! You are simple beasts. And you simply do not like my... So, if I am to traverse this land, I will need a mask to disguise my features. Oh, don't be ridiculous. I have important things to do on Reaper's Coast. I cannot simply sit about waiting for the rest of you to die.
Donc c'est un undead, puis lui il prend les visages du monde
I may be an eternal.
pour cacher qu'il est undead,
Indeed.
c'est hot ça.
I may be the only eternal. My people seem rather... at least from this realm. As for the others... well... there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. Perhaps there I'll find my answers. A companion? After you left the others to die on that ship? Hardly actions that instill confidence. Then again, I am somewhat isolated here. I suppose, circumstances being what they are, you seem more at ease in this world than I. A guide would certainly be useful. Excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps you notice that I am rather skilled in, well, all things. Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality, but being a brilliant wizard does not mean I cannot handle blade or bow. So, I could do that with one hand behind my spine. Now, shall we get splendid? Very well.
Bon, donc on a un warrior. Cool. Du gold et des arrow shafts. Bon, donc on a... Oups, je les poison. Comme j'essaie de dire pour la 9e fois, on a un warrior et un wizard maintenant. Il manquerait un cléric ou un... peu importe qui peut healer. Si on pourrait trouver ça, ça serait vraiment bien. On a un autre chemin là, mais j'ai aucune idée comment y aller. On pourrait monter, ok. Donc on peut aller par là. Oups. Comme j'ai pas vraiment moyen de monter ici, il y a quelque chose là que j'arrive pas. Okay, je pense qu'il y avait un chemin par où on a trouvé lui. Ah, il y a moyen de grimper là. J'avais pas remarqué. Bon. Tout le monde se poison, cool.
Go! Get out! You are not welcome here. Go, man-pig!
She eyes you suspiciously.
Please. Please, just... You hear me, human?
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. The child quiets and seems comforted by your presence. She looks up at you with curious eyes. Her eyes lock with yours for a moment. She places her... The child doesn't lift her head from her knees.
You hear me, human?
Pourquoi est-ce que t'as arrêté de me suivre, toi? Ouf! Je viens de voir la vie qu'il me restait. Heureusement qu'il y a ça juste là. Dans notre dernière game, on l'avait volé. C'est pour ça que je sais que c'était là. Bon, là... On va essayer. Non. Comment on fait? Je ne m'en rappelle plus. Chat. Il y a un moyen de faire qu'ils suivent pas. Mais j'ai oublié lequel. Aha! De cette façon-là. On va faire un test. Oups! Yeah.
What's happening to these turtles? They're transforming.
On va s'en tenir à ça pour ce tour-là. Holy crap! Ouais. Bon, je peux pas bouger. Mais je suis pas très avancé, là. Ah, je m'attaque moi-même. Shit. Bon, je pense que j'ai peut-être été vers trop de ce que je pouvais prendre. Là, je me suis mis en vraiment mauvaise posture. Je vais aller avec ça, pas le choix. Ouch! Ok, bon, on fera pas ça. Oh là là. Ah non! Pourquoi il s'attaque? Bande d'imbéciles. Bon. Dommage de déjà avoir besoin d'utiliser un scroll de résurrection. Ok. Voilà. C'est déjà ça. Huit, deux. Deux. Le Red Prince. 6-8. Même chose que ce qu'on avait trouvé tantôt. Donc. Bon, consommer de la bouffe redonne de la vie.
Swallow too much seawater by the looks of him.
Foolish to attempt an escape by sea in these waters.
Ouais. Fait mal ce combat-là. On va donner un peu de poisson, je pense, à notre ami Fan. Parce que Fan a besoin de vie. Holy shit! J'avais oublié. C'est un undead. C'est le poison qui lui remet de la vie. Holy crap.
Go! Get out! You are not welcome here. Go, man-pig! This is my mistake. You are no pig.
You hear me, human?
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. You peer behind it. The child quiets and seems comforted by your presence. The child nods and reaches up to you. As you hold her, her breathing grows slow and calm. Her wet face is damp on your
Oh,
neck.
ça va mieux que
She
tantôt.
lets go and looks up at you with a small smile.
Thanks. You're nice. You can have this. I found it outside, but I can't read it yet. That's next year, and then I'll learn it.
She nestles back into her spot on the ground and starts...
Oh. Nice. Bon. Notre petit chat est empoisonné. Là, je suppose que un autre perso pas loin. Ça va être tout pour aujourd'hui, guys. Entre-temps, je vais essayer de trouver l'autre personnage, puis je vais continuer à record à partir de quand je vais trouver l'autre personnage, ou si je le trouve pas, aussitôt que je vais rentrer au Fort Joy. Donc, merci tout le monde d'avoir regardé. Dites-moi si vous avez des recommandations pour le jeu, parce que je le connais vraiment pas beaucoup. Donc, on se revoit dans un prochain épisode. Bye!